Hello everybody, it's Hippodippin here, and we are back with some Pokemon UU battles. I'm really sorry I haven't been around lately, but I had an engagement I had to go to, so I'm very sorry about that. But we did play against a really good player, Charzy, his name is. So you know what, Charzy, if you're here watching, which I highly doubt you are, thank you for the battle, buddy. So let's go ahead and watch the replay. I made a new team. It's Crobat, Beedrill, Forest, Crobat, Beedrill, Trevenant, Haxorus, Alakazam, and Scrafty. And the cool thing about this set is that Haxorus is Scarfed. And all that means is he'll be able to outspeed friggin' Cloyster, which really matters, because, you know, once he goes ahead and fires off a Icicle Spear, something's going to die, and unfortunately, Known does succumb to that Icicle Spear. Now, freaking Crobat. In every game I've ever had, Crobat has come through immensely, so let's watch the replay. Leads off with Crocodile. I was kind of expecting that, or Infernape to lead off, and so he ends up setting up his rocks, and I can tell by that damage and the fact that he has Intimidate, he is defensive, so that is very bad for me. I go right out into Ranger, he knocks off my Assault Vest, and that's kind of a bummer. Now I go for knockoff of my own, expecting a switch, and I knock off Chestnut's leftovers, which is pretty good, which is pretty nice. He ends up going for Spikes here, pulls a mean double out into that Crocodile, and I toss on a Toxic. I didn't expect him to stay in there, but if he did, you know, I got a Toxic off on him, so that was kind of good. I use Defog, get the heck out of all those hazards. He goes for Earthquake, expecting a switch, and I'm sorry, friend, but I am not that gullible. Now, even after an Intimidate, Knight still wrecks shop with that Brave Bird on the Houndoom. And it's able to live another one thanks to its defense boost. Does not get a burn here, which is pretty nice. And I go right out into Ranger. He goes out into Crocodile, so that's kind of a bummer. But I'm able to handle it pretty nicely, I think. And you'll see here, it kind of goes between Ice Punch and Drain Punch here. And yeah, it's kind of nice. And when I first initially built this team, I accidentally only put 3 moves on Ranger, so I kind of lost because of that, because I have a combination of Thunder Punch and Ice Punch, and there was a situation where I really needed Thunder Punch, and I accidentally had Ice Punch as opposed to either one. But regardless, I get Toxic here, which is kind of a bummer, but I end up paralyzing the Tentacruel, which is pretty nice, because Tentacruels are actually fast, you know. Those are one of the things I would never expect to be fast, and you know what, they are. So I'm cured of my poison, and here he goes for Earthquake and kills me. I'm not defensive, I'm specially defensive. I go out into Known and bop the Crocodile with an Energy Ball. And you know what, it really makes me sad, because you're going to see in the corner of your screen a Crocodile, and I don't like hurting other people's Crocodiles, I just don't. It's a mean thing to do. Now, I kind of have to let Known die here. I can't switch in anything else. It would just get wrecked, is pretty much what would happen. And I go ahead and bop the Cloyster with a Outrage. I'm locked into Outrage, so I can't switch, which is very unfortunate. And the Chestnut is able to easily eat up that Outrage. Now, I go out into Forest here. He goes for some Spikes, which is kind of a bummer. He goes for Spiky Shield, and that leads me to believe that he's going to stay in here. And I go ahead and go for Will-O-Wisp, just because I hadn't shown it off. And he probably thought I would go for it first, and I didn't. So I end up going for a Shadow Claw here. He ends up bopping me with a Fire Blast, so that is kind of a bummer for me. I switch out to Fang here, and he probably expects me to be Scarfed, and then I make a mean double back out into Night, and I'm able to defog away all of these things, just in case if I needed to get Beedrill back in here. Thankfully, he gets paralyzed and is unable to move, which is pretty handy for me. And yeah, he goes for knockoff, knocks off my Black Sludge, so that's kind of a bummer. But I do have Roost, so it's not like I'm not going to be gaining HP back, so to speak. So the Chestnut only prevents its own demise for one turn, and then I go ahead and bop him with a Brave Bird. And I did the same thing with the Houndoom now that I am not intimidated. And yeah, he brings out the Tentacruel. Tentacruel does not take that well at all. And he's able to hit me with a Scald. Thankfully, it doesn't do too much. And I kill him with another Brave Bird, so that's pretty good. He brings out Infernape, and Brave Bird, again, just takes him right out. Knight is so OP, I swear to God. And he works wonders in UU, let me tell you. And unfortunately, I did not get a chance to show off my Beedrill, but I do want to show you his stats. So let's go ahead and go into Team Builder real quick. Mega Beedrill, here he is. Look at those. Look at those bars. Do you see that? That's amazing. That is absolutely incredible. I mean, 145 speed. I am outspeeding Mega Manectric, and I'm outspeeding some Choice Scarfers. So you better watch out, Choice Scarf Chandelure, for example. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure I outspeed a Choice Scarf Chandelure, but I know the number is so close to here, if not this number. So, you know what? I'm pretty fast, is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm pretty fast for a Beedrill. And yeah, I really, I freaking bop people, let me tell you. And yeah, I mean, freaking, I love him. I love Mega Beedrill, he's so good. I've actually practiced a few games, and he pretty much wrecks shop, especially when nobody else can. So I like to keep him in the back, though, just because he's so incredible. He's also very frail, base 40 defense. So it's not exactly a benefit to go ahead and rely on that. So he relies on his speed and attack, which is, you know, pretty decent, you know. It's only 150 base. You know, I mean, it's not that great, but, oh man, I think he's got the highest attack of, a lot of Pokemon, I have to guess. But, anyway, yes, this is my team, and, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Hippodippin', and if you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comments section. Leave a like, a rating, whatever kind of influence you want to put on the channel is greatly appreciated. I love hearing feedback from you guys, so if you want to go ahead and drop a comment, I really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm Hippodippin', and thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.